I want to talk about what I call the negatives. Things like fear, anger, frustration, sadness, even things like depression. When we come to this experience of all of these many different levels of low frequency emotions, we have to really understand the significance of these emotions. We have to really understand why they exist. Now, I believe that there is a level of being human that has us required to feel these emotions randomly at times. But usually when we feel these emotions, they are because they have been triggered. They have been triggered by something that has happened to us in the past, our ego, and it has caused us to relive, in a sense, something that has been programmed in our subconscious to cause us to want to basically protect ourselves from experiencing the hurt or the pain that we have experienced before. Now, when you experience these things and you have these feelings, one thing I really want to stress to you and get across to you is that the feelings of negativity should not be avoided. You should not turn and run the other way, so to speak, mentally, spiritually. Don't avoid. Don't run away from what it is that you're experiencing. Don't simply just act like it isn't there and it isn't happening, that you aren't experiencing these emotions. You want to actually face the emotions. You want to acknowledge them. You want to love them. Now, when I say love, I'm not saying to allow yourself and just continue to be in that space of negative vibes and negative vibrations, negative frequency, negative emotions. What I'm saying is when you love something, you accept it. You, in a sense, understand it, right? When you love someone, you understand them. You look to understand why they do the things that they do, where they come from, their likes, their dislikes, their triggers. And this is exactly what you want to do when it comes to these emotions. You want to go into why. You want to understand them. You want to love them. So when I think about having these emotions, especially when they are triggered emotions, I imagine myself sitting face to face with the emotions as if they were individuals. And I will even imagine myself holding their hand and trying to connect with them on a deep level to understand what it is that's going on, what caused the trigger, why the emotion is there, and then accepting and understanding the emotion, understanding why it was triggered. Once you do that, just like with an individual, the individual's walls will come down. They will feel safe, right? Because now your emotions aren't judged. You're not shamed. You're not, feeling ashamed of yourself for having these emotions, because since you're on the spiritual path, you should know better, right? I've been there, trust me. So when you come to this understanding and you're sitting with your emotions and you're faced with it and you are essentially being there for the emotions to connect deeper with why those emotions are there, those walls begin to come down, and those emotions then can allow you to come in and heal the emotions through conscious thinking and rationale, and realizing that though the emotions were triggered by an old pain, you can think through reprogramming that, right? Think through rearranging and rethinking about how to essentially heal from that trauma. Now, be mindful that this may not happen in one sitting, this may not happen in one time, but in fact, it can happen a lot quicker than you think when you acknowledge the emotions, when you feel the emotions, when you understand it, when you accept the emotions, when you love the emotions and come from a place of love toward your emotions. And that's how you really turn the negative emotions into positive emotions, by embracing why, understanding why, and healing why. Once you have healed it, then it automatically becomes positive emotions that will support you and help you to live fulfilled and happy and joyous throughout your entire life. So always confront, not from a place of aggression, but more so from a place of compassion. Be there with the emotions when they come up and allow them to be healed, so that way you can evolve past them and actually come closer to who you are supposed to be. Thank you so much. Continue to join me on this journey. Peace and abundance always.